thinning me. I'm still fat. But you're not allowed to see me. So I am ready to go and do things. Got to be a better way, better way. It's gotta be a better way, better way, better way, yeah. Oh, that's so good. There's my lighter in here, I think. I think my lighter's in here. It could be in here. Did I not get the lighter? Did I get the lighter and put it in Leslie's room? Put the lighter in your room, I think.
By the way, you put that on the AC.
What's up? What's up? Yeah. That's the last food that I ate. That was like the only food they had for dinner. So, other than cheese, I don't really eat cheese by itself. So. Yeah. You want to make some? Do you make some tacos or something like that? Yeah. Make chicken tacos. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. I didn't eat chicken anyways because I'm like I eat way too much beef. Like there's beef and plus. We eat a lot of beef. So yeah. So we're going to talk about, let's see,
I'm going to take a hot shower because I'm losing my pants.
Really?
Twice as nice like this.
I'm going to fold these, and this is my jacket, so. Yeah. Oh. Alright, so here we go. So we're going to talk about Trump right now. It's going to be an unpopular opinion because I don't really give a shit about, like, it's just, you cannot know what people will do sometimes. You can't know that. It's impossible to know. Like, it's really impossible, which is really stupid. Like, I don't know, man. It's just really hard to, like, alright, I gotta get the Tommy gun. that was a compensator thingy. Oh, I'm going outside the circle. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, we're going to talk about Trump. And I don't really care about the whole... I mean, I care about the whole Capitol being, like, breached, I guess. When in actuality, they do tours all the time. So it's like... I mean, it sucks. It really does suck. But I think that they're making a huge deal out of it because he said something beforehand and then it happened. And it's just like, oh, these people shouldn't be held responsible. It's Trump's fault. It's just like, no, dude. Like, people were arrested and shit. They're supposed to be arrested for going into something, or no matter what he said, they weren't. He wasn't going with them. He wasn't doing anything with them. You know, it wasn't a coordinated attack. Like, you can say whatever you want, but it wasn't a coordinated attack. Like, he didn't, like, give the address of the fucking Congress place and say, oh yeah, here and here are the offices and you should go in there and do that. No, it was not a coordinated attack. It was really stupid to think that there's like, it's just really dumb. I don't want to do that. It's really dumb to think that no, he didn't expect that many people to show up. He probably just thought it would be a few, and then they would actually go and do the right thing and talk to the Congress people and change their attitude. But no, this whole fucking protest of how people don't fucking follow the right rules of actually protesting. It's like, there's rules to protesting. There are so many rules, and if you don't follow them, then it's not a protest. It's a fucking insurgency. So realize that. And also, there's no protest that you can like bring about that like has there's no protest you can bring about that has you ain't going into Target and stealing a cheesecake. It's not a meme. It's terrible and it's stupid and people are dumb. I hate this shit. I hate the shit that people post on social media. It's like, we need to run and we need to hide because they're out to get us. And it's just like, no, it's just a few cops that are pieces of shit and they're dumb as hell. And then there's judicial people that are in the middle scheme that are promoting their stupid fucking behavior. And then it's just, that's what it is. There's just judicial fucking people who have been in office for like 20 years, and they're pieces of shit, and they need to get out of office. That's it. That's just, they're in circuit courts, and they're in places where people can't find them. That's it. That's all that's happening, and everybody's like, systematic racism. And I'm like, systematic racism? What are you talking about? Like, there's so many people out there that are so progressive in these days, and they don't murder people for fucking disagreeing with them and shit. It's just, It's just like logic doesn't. I mean, I don't. The logic of it, man. They're in circuit courts. The racist judges are in circuit courts, and there's Supreme Courts that are fucking keeping those pieces of shit in check. But they shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to keep them in check, which sucks. And I really hate it. I really hated the fact that there's circuit court judges that are pieces of shit, and they don't fucking know. They don't fucking know that their time is up. That their time is gone. Their jig is up, and the pieces of ass that don't know how to do the right thing. That's it. That's all there is. That's all there is. It's all that's around. Senate, fucking a whole bunch of different people and stuff. They're all doing good jobs. They're all either Democrat or Republican, which I fucking hate. But what's even worse. That's what's even worse. Is the circuit court judges are actual pieces of shit sometimes. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They just go with their friends, and all their friends are white little assholes that are like, oh, capitalism is better than communism. That's what it is, man. That's the reason why it happens. Because people don't realize the anger that they cause sometimes, or the injustices that happen. And this is all. It's not Trump era stuff. It's like it happens to be like the biggest change I think in the world really that happened was that these circuit court judges don't realize is that the world changed a long time ago. The world changed. It started to accept people and things and everything like that, and people became progressive. But also realizing that you're not always progressive if you're supporting black people that beat up trans women, you're not gonna. It's just it goes the same way. You can't just say black people have rights and then those people who do shitty things that are also black people do shitty things and then they have rights too. They don't have rights. They don't get rights. They don't get it for beating up a fucking trans woman. You don't get it. Like, you can't just take everything out of the narrative. You can't just take everything out of the narrative. You have to go with everything. You have to go with all of it. And that it reduces the narrative, what I think, to an actual friends thing, like an actual social climb. Like you're sharing with your friends what you are, your journey through whatever you're doing or however you're doing it. And not standing up and fighting everybody because it's stupid, it's dumb, it's the worst way to go. It's the worst way to go. And if you realize that you shouldn't stand up and fight in every given situation, it's like this girl I used to know. I used to have a crush on her. I used to have a huge crush on her. But every single time anyone else would try to do anything with her, or tell her about herself, or tell her looks are the way that she is, or something like that, she had big boobs. So people would talk about her big boobs and they would laugh. And then she would get pissed off, and she would stand at any opportunity to fucking either fight people or get into somebody's way, like oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah blah blah, and they would just be fucking playing around because they're idiots and they're insensitive and they're dumb. Okay, you can't go to every insensitive idiot that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, and really in some cases they'd be progressive if they weren't thinking like a fucking idiot. You can't go to every single person that has a problem with you and tell them that you can't have a problem with them. Because maybe they just don't like your attitude. Maybe they just don't like the thing you're wearing that day. And it's like within the rights of a bunch of different people, there has to be a mode where people just are like, oh, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of walking on the Capitol and walking on these fucking racist statues that keep these stupid circuit court judges and that's the only thing that they do, because they're circuit court judges and they think they rule the world. They don't. They really don't. They really are just like white old people that believed in a race dominance thing, and they're shitty people. So just realize that, and also understand that everybody else is good. They're good. They're just circuit court judges that just believe that that whatever they do is law. And no, pretty much everything they do is overturned most of the time. You know, if people go through it that enough, but there's this like whole fucking point of like, oh, the circuit court judge isn't going to be sympathetic to you, so that means that you have to take a plea. And everyone that takes a plea is feeding into this lie that the fucking systematic court is ruling in favor of white people and not black people. And it sucks and it's stupid and it's a percentage that people overlook and really don't understand that if they overturned, if they brought to the Supreme Court or anything like that, or were actually reached out to like a charity that could cover their court costs, they'd be in like Flint. They realize that it's a systematic downturn. Like, it's a systematic downturn that people don't realize is the reason why sometimes anyone even thinks about anything at all sometimes, or even thinks about anything at all racist. Like, these circuit court judges are fucking shit up for the rest of the world, and it's really weird. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why they do this shit. Because they don't deserve to be rats and stuff like that. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get why they do this shit. They believe that like, I don't know, man. It's just stupid as shit that people do, and they're just like, oh my god, this Republican, obviously it's Republicans now, and Republicans, we're going to go after Republicans and then ruin their lives because of all this stuff. It's like, no, it's these circuit court judges, and they believe that they have to be in power, and anyone that literally what is it, anyone that super induces that power or not super induces that power, that's where they get the whole oh, it's systematic and it's terrible, and it's all a narrative. It really, if you think about it, because these people don't want to take those people out of power because then their narrative is gone. They don't want to take those people out of power. They don't want to take those civil district court judges that are making everything bad for people because then their narrative has nothing. Like, that's the real reason why I hate fucking charities sometimes. I hate charities because they're shitty people sometimes, and they don't really understand that if they just tried a little bit harder, then these circuit judges would have nowhere to go, and they'd retire in dishonorability, you know? Like, it sucks, man. These circuit criminal justice court fucks are like always putting the worst fucking thing. And I'm not saying that people aren't doing crimes or something like that. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm saying that the crimes that are in between the fucked up crimes, the ones that like, oh, he wrote a bad check 12 times. Darn, he's in between jobs. Get him a job, dude. Get him a fucking job. And if he does it again, then take him to jail. You know, like try to come up with some sort of punishment that fits the crime. You know. Like, oh, he set up a trust fund for his sick daughter that didn't exist. You know, yeah. You know what? Put him in as a volunteer for one of the politicians that are doing progressive things. And if he fucks up there, then he goes to jail. Do that. Do supervised fucking community work. And if they do it wrong, then they go to jail. You know? I've always like. It's called, maybe it could be called like second chance, fucking, yeah, like probation, basically. Put him on probation for the first 12 checks that he did wrong. Because really, if he's fucking over businesses, really, he's not fucking over that many businesses. He just did 12 checks that were bad. So I mean, technically, it's not exactly a crime. It's more like a misdemeanor, and it's like the stupidest shit though, man. Like, I don't get why. And also I know exactly the reasons why they didn't pick up. They didn't throw anything at those cops or anything like that. They were like, oh, I don't want to break the law, but I want to create a narrative that if this dude dies, then I get paid. So that's the reason why these fucked up people are doing the fucked up things they're doing. Because everybody wants to get paid, and nobody wants to actually do the work and shit like that. It's snowing. Is it snowing? No, it's raining. I don't get, man. I don't get it. It's these idiots, dude, that think that somehow the world is just their fucking like their echo chamber, you know? I don't get it, man. I don't get why these people are doing these things sometimes. And it's the same way with Trump, because he's just got an echo chamber around him sometimes to make him think that he's in the right, and then so they're stealing the election, even though they're not really doing anything. they're just voting, and maybe China was like, hey, vote for Biden, and then be like, yeah, we're gonna vote for Biden. It was like, yeah, vote for Biden, and then watch him fucking succumb to small children and 18-year-old girls, and then like, we're always embarrassing. The United States is the most embarrassing thing ever, because you know what? Freedom can be embarrassing. My dad used to embarrass my sister all the time. He walked through Walmart one time, and because he couldn't find Sarah, they couldn't find her. So my dad lifted up his shorts as high as he could, and he screamed it loud. And as soon as she showed up, he was like, "Sarah, Sarah!" It was the funniest shit that I've seen in my entire life. Sometimes, like, my dad did some really funny things. He was really embarrassing. He was extremely embarrassing. It was some of the funniest shit though. Like, if my dad was not in the military, he would have become a comedian, and I think it would have been a really good one. I thought there was a car coming. Oh shit! God damn it! His face is on. I need a car. Is there a car right there? Oh shit! Oh shit! It's just bushes. It's just bushes. No! Oh, God damn it! But yeah, that's the reason why I think that people need to kind of like sit back and look at their options for real in real life, because, and also if people won't represent you, if people won't represent you, then you get to a charity. Damn it. If people won't represent you, get to a charity, man. Get to a charity and just tell them your case. Tell them you fucked up, you didn't mean to, and you want probation instead of a fucking 25 life sentence on weed, or sometimes any other drug too, because the public and the society chooses to claim that people with fucking drug problems have a sickness, and that sickness is psychological, and then I believe that anything psychological really isn't really a sickness. It's more like a mental problem, like that people really just they either pick their emotions, and then those are their emotions for their personality, because that's what they want to portray about themselves, and then everything else is just like, it's just like, I need something, or I want caffeine, or it's because they're depressed about something, you know. And even me, I try to say that these energy drinks are constantly helping me, even though they're like, I drink tons of them sometimes, and I really shouldn't. Like, I should drink water more often. But I drink water more often most of the time. But I go out and get them, and that's the point where it's like, it's probably too much sometimes, and I don't know, but it's just the point where, I mean, I do know what I'm doing sometimes, and I know what I'm getting myself into most of the time as far as everything goes. Oh man. All right, so I have $100 invested in stocks, and it's down to 93. So I'm hoping in the next month it'll be positive by at least $100. It will, and recreational drugs, as far as marijuana goes, I believe it's going to be freaking done. And these people that are stupid, these idiots that are like, I don't like marijuana because one time there was like a thing that was wrong with marijuana when I fucking smoked it, And they don't want to say that part. They want to say like, oh, marijuana is bad because of religion. I mean, I hate these fuckers that use religion to be able to tell people that they're doing something wrong with their bodies. And yes, people are doing wrong things with their bodies all the time because they're stupid and they're human, and that's what they do. They do stupid shit with their dumbass bodies, and that's what they do. But blaming a whole fucking bunch of substances on what people are doing with their bodies that is wrong. What is the reason why I think the reason why they're actually doing that is because I don't know, man. Maybe like a part of them is like maybe I'll get elected if all these people who believe in Jesus also believe that substances can hurt you. And I believe that an overuse of something, anything can hurt you, really, anything, really. Like okay, so let's go over the symptoms of different drug use. Mushrooms, the drug, not the beautiful, wonderful portobello that some people use on their steaks and many other things. Mushrooms can cause, let's see, certain endorphins let's see, certain endorphins to shut off or make more of, basically. And I'm gonna try to go inside the. Certain endorphins to shut off and turn on, depending upon what you're actually doing. Sometimes, like, cause sometimes there's a certain mushroom in a certain place that can make you like see different colors and shapes and different things like that. Sometimes mushrooms themselves can be used as a treatment for color blindness. People don't realize that because it activates certain things in your eyes. It activates certain things, and you believe that sometimes the walls are breathing or whatever that means. Or anything like that. It basically messes with your eyes. So messing with your eyes can currently probably make you have no what you would call it, eye sickness, which is eye damage or anything like that, or just actual what you're really doing. I don't know, just stupid shit. But there's things that happen, basically. Like, I don't know, there are certain things that you can use. Got him. Got him. There we go. And alright, I got a fucking I'm so glad I had 2 times vest on. I realize that a lot of times people don't really get the whole story of something. Like MDMA can treat things like because I realized I smelled different things when I did MDMA. I smelled different kinds of like chemical properties inside of not only the drug but so a lot of drugs can do things for smell, I think. And I'm gonna get rid of this one and go for the 9mm. I have 90 of them. Okay. What's my I need my vest to be at something else different. Let's see if there's a vest in here. Come on, bitch, let's go. Cool, I'm in the fucking circle, so that's awesome. I need gas, though, for this fucker if I'm gonna... So there's a tactical thing that happens, I think, with this flare that's going up. I think that it's supposed to drop something. Being a bitch and it's not dropping anything right now. So if it goes down there, then I'll see it. But if it goes right next to me, then I'll know where you'll know where it came from, I guess. I don't know. I think that like most people realize that there's some sort of narrative going on, and they don't know who to trust most of the time with this stupid shit that's happening, and people that are getting arrested so many other times for just actual drugs, and they're not really violent or hurtful in any way. And jail can do some terrible things to people with, and they have to realize that, like, even though you can make a jail profitable. The real reason why you want to make the jail profitable is because it'll okay, wait a second. I think that's is it? Is it did it drop anything? No, it didn't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do when it comes to that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get on this thing and ride. Get on the back to ride. I'm gonna walk. Yeah, I love the motorcycle. It goes so fast, and it goes in so many places. Yeah, I believe that most of the things people really get into as adults and who they really are, like who they really want to be, you know, they don't really see it sometimes. They see other people making their way, and they're like, oh my god, I'm so fucking stressed out because I don't know what to do or how to do it. Fucking ask somebody, man. Ask somebody. That's the real reason why you want to get into some stuff. The real reason why you want to get into some stocks is because you ask somebody. You gotta ask somebody. You really have to sometimes. And I know it sounds hard, and there's hard things to get into. There's hard shit to realize, hard lessons you need to learn sometimes. But there's so many things that you can make available to your life if you start investing in stocks. Even like $5, $10. If a stock increasingly goes up, you make money. And you can sell whatever stock you feel like, you know. And maybe people don't like that independence sometimes. I know that. I don't think they strive for the independence, you know. Like they're not really out there for independence. They're out to become dependent on something, you know. And I think that's the reason why people aren't investing in stocks. And these narratives all fucking invest in that dependence of you need the information before you make that thing. Make sure you come with us because we're the best ones and we're the greatest at telling you what you need to hear and stuff. Woo, doing stunts, yeah. Grrr. Anyway, the tree. So the real reason why people don't invest in stocks is because, not to say that they don't invest in stocks, or the real reason why they don't invest in their future is because they don't believe they have one. You know, they don't believe no matter what they do, no matter how they do it, they believe, and that's the systematic racism that I think is prevalent, really, if you think about it. Because people, if they wouldn't judge so harshly, if they wouldn't try to judge so harshly, and if they really like looked at the world with just kind of love a little bit, you know, they realize that like the world has so much love to give back. I think that that's the reason why. Is because people use those news stories to get their identity and then to do the next thing, you know. But I don't need a news story to tell me something's fucked up. I don't need a news story telling me that oh, this is the reason why, and this is the reason why, and that's the reason why. It's just like, yeah, I knew that was the reason why before you talked to me. I knew Trump was a fucking idiot beforehand. you know. I know Biden's an idiot though too, because he doesn't know how to fucking talk unless he's got a prompter in front of his fucking face. And I know both of the politicians that you're saying are gonna increase productivity and blah 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 and create so many jobs. like your job creators are just people that they invested money in because they thought they had an idea. They thought they had an idea. They thought they had some sort of thing that they were gonna make into like a better thing for everybody, and it turned out to be not the case because not everyone wants to see that shit. Not everyone wants to be in that fucking mix, and that's the reason why you're not getting that's the reason why Bitcoin, even though it's going to 70, it's going to 70. It's not going there hurryingly. It's not going there fucking furiously like it should be. You know. It's going there slow and it's yeah, like it's going there slow because people themselves they need somebody to tell them to invest into it. You know, they need their news stories to be able to be like, oh well, you should invest in this and this and this and this, and these are the 5 best stocks. Blah 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 blah. You know why they're 5 best stocks? Because they've performed over 1 quarter. They have no idea what the stock is actually doing, but they're telling you to do it because they've invested in it and made money, and that's the reason why. 1 fucking quarter, 1 goddamn quarter. It pisses me off. I got a person. What's up?
I think somebody died 2 years ago.
What? What do you want to go see? Alright, I'm going to end the stream, but have a good day, and you are your own one-person bomb squad. You get a few situations that you think are happening, but if you think that if you're not, then you might need some therapy. Have a good day.